Welcome to the quick drive video, and today's video is just gonna be really quick. Today I just wanted to talk about how it feels driving a normal truck. So right now I'm in the 2018 Ford F-150. This has been Deems Motor Trend's Truck of the Year. I already have a review on the channel of this truck, and it's really nice. I like the interior, like I already stated in the review. If you watch that, if you haven't, I'll leave a link in the description. I like the outward appearance of the vehicle. I like the front end and stuff like that. But like I said, just all around an absolute nice vehicle. It's paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission that's in the Mustangs, and now it's in the Camaro Z01, and it's in the Raptor as well, and now it's in the regular F-150. So I really do like I said, everything about this vehicle. But we're gonna just basically talk about how it is driving a basically a lifted truck compared to a normal truck. Now, as you guys may know, I'm normally in my 2016 Mustang. That is basically my daily car, if you will, and that's basically the one that I drive every day, everywhere. And it is lowered, so with it being lowered, it's even lower than, of course, stock height. So basically, I'm used to driving more of a car. Now, like I have said in previous videos, I am a truck person, but you know, cars are where I really tend to go for the most part. But I do like trucks and have a soft spot for them. So just giving you guys my overall impressions, like I did in the review. This is a really nice truck. I think just from driving this normal truck, you know, I do feel higher. Like I said, I'm used to being in my Mustang, so of course that's a lot lower than this. But you know, just I feel like I'm king of the road in this thing. I honestly feel like, you know, I can go over anything, run over anything. So I'm really interested to see how since I feel like this now, and I'm just only in the regular F-150, even though this still is a big truck, you know, I really want to see how it's going to feel when I'm in a bigger truck. So overall impression of this truck, like I said, it's really nice, but it also is really easy to drive. So that is one thing I want to see as far as comparing it to a lifted truck, you know, how it is in parking lots and whatnot, because this is really easy to maneuver. Now, of course, it's still a truck, so you know, it's not the easiest thing to maneuver, but you know, you still can go in and out of parking lots. You don't have to park all the way in the back. You can put it in, you know, close up at your local mall parking lot or whatever, or Walmart, wherever you be. You know, it's really easy still to park, basically. And so then, you know, that is a plus, but there's not much road noise. You know, of course, this is everything on this vehicle is still stock tires, still very refined and whatnot in that aspect. So, you know, just overall impressions of this thing, I really like it. It's easy to drive. But now what we're gonna go ahead and do, we're gonna go ahead and hop inside of a lifted truck, and I'll go ahead and give you guys my impressions of that and see how it really does compare to the regular F-150. So we are now inside of a 2013 lifted F-250 Super Duty, and this definitely is a massive truck. And we're gonna go ahead and start off with giving it a simple roll on. Now, it being a truck, it's honestly not that fast, but it is pretty interesting seeing how this thing gets up to speed. And just right off the bat, what I'm noticing now is a lot of tire noise with these huge tires, and of course the different suspension that you have on. It does make a lot more noise. You know, it's not going to be as refined, but it is an experience. You know, just first of all, getting into this vehicle is definitely fun, especially for a guy who, like me, who's only 5'9", 5'8", and you know, it's just really for me getting in this vehicle, I definitely have to use these handles that I have right here, because if I didn't get in this vehicle with those, you know, I literally have to be jumping in here every single time. The running boards on the side of this thing definitely help, you know, especially if you didn't have the running boards or the handle, like I said, you would definitely have a hard time getting into this vehicle. But first off impressions, you know, I really sitting up high, really high. Like, this truck is really big. I can't give you an exact number. I'm not sure exactly the, you know, the exact specifications of the lift and everything, but it is definitely bigger than that Ford F-150 Platinum that I had the other day. This is definitely a big truck. You know, it's just honestly funny seeing, you know, how high you are compared to everyone. Like a Chevy Tahoe just put up to me, and you know, in my Mustang, as you guys know, I have a Mustang. I said it previously in the video. You know, I'm sitting lower than a lot of cars on the road, but now all of a sudden, you know, I'm sitting higher than everything else on the road. So, you know, this definitely is an interesting experience right here. You know, just sitting higher. I'm gonna go ahead and make this turn, and of course I wasn't even like trying to see the handling or anything like that, but you do feel the truck, you know, leaning a little and whatnot. But you know, another thing to note, now this is not really with the lifted truck, this is just because it has a different powertrain. The diesel engine, you know, I think is kind of, you know, fun to hear, whatnot. I did have the V6 with the twin turbos, but these turbos on this thing are loud. of course it's not fast at all, but getting up to speed, doing around 50 miles an hour, you definitely do have a lot of road noise. Now, the road noise that I'm talking about, some people actually do like. I actually had a friend with a lifted truck, and he would explain to me how he likes how, you know, the tires when you're going down the highway, how they make that sound that a lot of people, you know when you see a lifted truck going by, you know, where the tire may be a little deflated or whatnot, but, you know, he actually likes that, you know, just hearing those big tires on the road and whatnot. Now, me personally, this is a lot, you know, a lot of noise. I feel like I actually have to yell over it. I can definitely see someone getting over it easily and whatnot. You know, it's almost like a car's exhaust. You know, some people don't mind drone. In my opinion, I guess this is kind of a tire drone in a way. But, you know, I can see people getting over it, you know, easily. Now, another thing to note about this truck is the fact that the steering is a little on the loose side. I mean, I can just sit here and do this left and right, and you don't really get much. You know, it is one of my first things that I noticed. I'm pretty sure it's probably because, you know, the suspension has been changed. You know, it's probably, of course, wasn't going to be the most responsive thing since I am in a truck, you know, not in a performance vehicle. But like I said, it did probably increase because there is a lot of play here without the truck actually even doing anything. So it is kind of scary actually, because, you know, you're sitting here, you're doing all this, and you know, trying to keep it in the lanes. But honestly, it doesn't feel that hard to drive. You know, I'm not trying to make it sound like it's easy to drive, because, you know, you do have to be aware of your surroundings and whatnot, especially in a vehicle this size when you're backing up in a parking lot or anything like that. But you know, it definitely isn't too hard. You know, I'm not like I said, I'm not panicking over here, you know, trying to stay in the lanes, but you just have to be a little bit more mindful of what you're driving, because you are in a really big vehicle right now. All right, so now what we're gonna go ahead and do, we're gonna go ahead and see how this thing handles. I'm not really expecting much from this thing at all, but we're gonna go ahead and roll into the gas here and go into this. And it actually, wow, okay, it took that turn a lot better than I thought it would. Now, of course, I wasn't going that fast. I went about 35 miles an hour, and yeah, not my impression of a back road. This is not what you think of when, you know, you're gonna do a back road drive or anything at all. You're not gonna try and check this thing, at least not on like a road course. I mean, you could. It would be quite interesting and funny to do it, but not gonna be too fast of a lap set or anything like that. Actually, that would definitely be a nice fun video, you know, to do, would be see how a lifted truck like this does on a road course. Maybe I'll do that one day, or maybe we'll see how a Raptor does on a road course. Might even look into that. But definitely, first off impressions of the back road, you know, not my cup of tea. Probably wouldn't be anyone's. And here we go. And okay, so you can get around some turns without, you know, I guess crapping your pants, but like I said, not going to be your first choice. There's body roll, there's dipping in the suspension, and you definitely, especially on the roads that I'm on right now, you definitely have to watch, you know, make sure that you're not going off the road or into the other lane, because, you know, it's such a big and wide truck. Gonna go ahead and give it a roll on here. My foot is down, and okay, transmission is a little clunky on this thing. Older 6-speed, like I said, 2013. This is definitely a really interesting experience right now. I never really thought I'd see myself in driving a lifted truck, or at least once, or anything this big at least. And it is an experience. That turn right there definitely did have me, you know, wondering if I was gonna make it. Another thing that I really do like about this thing being lifted is the fact that you can really just go over anything. You know, just I can imagine myself, you know, doing some serious off-roading in this thing, no problem, you know, not even worrying about, oh, am I gonna have clearance, you know, especially being in my car, or being in that, you know, the F-150, you don't have to really worry about clearance. But definitely being, like I said, coming from my Mustang, you know, worrying, since it is lowered and whatnot, you know, worrying, oh, am I gonna scrape here or will I be fine? So this is just, you know, boom, right on over it. And that's definitely a really nice factor to have, especially in a truck this big. But guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. I definitely enjoyed driving this truck. You know, hopefully you guys can comment down below. Tell me what you think of lifted trucks. Would you ever buy one? Would you buy one like this? It is ginormous. It's huge. Of course, it has the, you know, the normal Ford interior and whatnot. It's still a nice truck. You know, I would love, if I had the money, I would love to have a truck like this. But honestly, I wouldn't be able to justify having a truck this big. Even though I love trucks, I really do have a big passion for them. But this thing is ginormous, and you know, I don't know if I'd ever really use it to its full potential and whatnot as far as off-roading. But it definitely is nice to look at. Really, you know, entertaining to drive. But like I said, guys, tell me what you guys think of this thing, because I really want to know, would you guys buy something like this? If you like the video, leave a like on the video. Of course, comment, like I said, tell me what you guys think of this truck, and I'll catch you guys in another video.